Hi everyone, Recruit Petershagen here. I'm going to be showing you a single man rowing shell and all the equipment associated with it for on the water. This boat right here is a 2010 all carbon construction rowing shell. It weighs about 35 pounds and the thickness of the boat is about 3 sheets of paper thick. The width of the boat is essentially your hips sit outside of the boat from how skinny it is. This boat weighs about 35 pounds. If anyone was here to actually come and feel how heavy this boat is and all that stuff, I'd be happy to let people try it out. But for reference, this whole boat right here weighs about a 35-pound plate, and it's 17 feet long. So it feels extremely lightweight, and when you pick it up, it's extremely light. And it doesn't feel 35 pounds at all. We do have people that come down and will check out all the equipment here at Everett Rowing. This boat is this is my private boat, but we have other boats here that people can try out. When we do tours of the boathouse, we'll allow people to come and look at boats, put their hands on them, see how they're made. This one is a automotive clear coat on the outside, so it looks extremely shiny compared to our white painted boats, which have a white gel coat paint, which keeps out all of the contaminants from the river water. So going down the equipment on this boat, we have our foot stretchers, which you tie your feet in so you're locked in place. And then moving further down, we have a slide that allows you to roll up and down to get a longer stroke, so you can get further through the water. And then this aluminum arm is called a rigger. It allows you to reach out at the front of the stroke to get a wider stroke. It also allows for a little more stability on the boat. Just with the way it's designed, it takes all of the load generated through the center of the rigger, so there's no damage or possible fractures to the aluminum construction that's at the welds. Then moving further down to equipment, we have 2 oars for this boat. They're about 9 feet long on each side. You have about 3 feet of inboard, which is between the collar right here and the inside. So when it sets up, everything has safety on it. So when you open up this oar lock and set the oar in, it locks into place, which allows for movement through the rigger, and this whole rigger rotates around. And then you have your handles for control. So now I'm going to take you on a brief overview of all the technical terms of this boat. We'll start with the stern. So this is the stern section of the boat. This is the tail of the boat right here, where it comes to a very fine point. This is one of the strongest points on the boat because all the carbon fiber is wrapped up in here. So it's extremely durable on the tail end right here. Moving down, we have our skag, which allows us to keep a straight line without having to work too hard. And then moving forward, this design is a skin. It's extremely lightweight and extremely flexible, as you can see with my fingers pressing into the boat. It's very flexible, but it's very durable. And then a closer look at the foot stretchers. These are safety straps, safety release straps that are required by U.S. Rowing and all on-water safety. So if your feet are strapped in and you were to roll this thing, you'd pull really hard and it would allow your feet to come out, and then your feet would freely come out of this. This is your stroke coach. This gives you information such as your speed on the water and such. And then moving forward down, this is the seat. It's very smooth on the slide. And when people would come down and look at all this stuff, they'd be able to play with this and see how easy it moves. This seat's extremely lightweight. The whole boat's extremely lightweight. And moving down, this is the rigger. It attaches to the boat right here. And on the bottom with these 2 little bolts, it's surprising how strong this carbon fiber is once you're up close, realizing how small these bolts are, because these are the 2 connecting points for each side of the rigger that holds onto the boat. And then up here, this is our splash guard. This prevents any water from washing up. So if you have water that comes over the bow, it will come up here, hit this. Instead of going into the boat and filling the boat full of water, it'll just hit this and then spray back out. And then moving forward on, this is the bow section of the boat. Up here, this is the bow. Right here, this is the bow ball. This is a safety measure in place because this part of the curve and the top is full of carbon fiber and it's extremely stiff. So if I were to go down here and press, you can see it's flexible, but the further up you go, the less it flexes, because this whole portion right here, this comes to a point right here. This whole portion right here is all carbon fiber. It's extremely stiff as you have the whole weave of the boat coming to a point, which makes it very difficult to break. Shells, people have gotten hit with the bow, and it's sharp enough and the speed you're going at is enough to break skin and damage organs on the water. Since the water line is about here, this boat will want to jump if you hit anything. This is our bow clip. It holds a card in it which has a number for your race. And as you can see looking down this boat, it's extremely skinny. Most people look at this boat and they go, how have you not flipped this thing? And it's like, just explaining to them, once you get the balance and you have oars that come off 9 feet out each side, so you're extremely stable. And as I said before, the thickness of this boat is extremely thin. As you can tell, it's very hard to tell how thick this boat is on this camera. It's about 3 pieces of paper glued together thick, and this boat's meant for about 200 to 220 pounds. They make similar construction of upwards of 240 pounds. There is an upward weight limit though, as the size of the boat can't get any bigger. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. I'll do my best to explain it to the best of my ability with sentences. It's usually easier to explain in person, as I can use hand gestures and kind of explain how the boat moves through the water. I will provide some video of this boat going through the water once this is over. These boats can get up to about 8 miles an hour. It may not seem too fast, but once this thing gets moving, it looks like it's taken off like a rocket.